spaceship counting stars since '94, waiting for someone to come and knock on my door. Looking for someone who'd be the Venus to my Mars. Why does love always have to be this hard? Got me feeling like love always have to be this hard? It's got me feeling like looking for someone who can really turn me on. Then I met you. Now I'm down to earth, it's salt and clear next to you. All my problems disappear, waiting for you. Someone who can really turn me on. Then I met you. Now I'm down to earth, it's salt and clear next to you. All my problems disappear, waiting for you. In light years, I met you. I met I've been on my spaceship counting stars since '94, waiting for someone to come and knock on my door. Looking for someone who'd be the Venus to my Mars. Why does love always have to be this hard? Got me feeling like I met spaceship counting stars since '94. Waiting for someone to come and knock on my door. Looking for someone who'd be the Venus to my Mars. Why does love always have to be this hard? Got me feeling like for someone who can really turn me on. Then I met you. Now I'm down to earth, that's salt and clear next to you. All my problems disappear. Waiting for
Hello everybody and welcome to Nerds with Dice. Tonight we'll be doing the Session 0 for Beyond the Void. Just want to remind everybody that every week for Season 2, our week starts Tuesday nights with Riffs, Ballad of Fates at 8 p.m. Wednesday at 1 p.m. EST is Kingdom Hearts, Dreams of Nobody with Bardic Knock and friends. Thursday nights will be here at 8 p.m. EST for Beyond the Void. And Fridays, I will be running Millennium Nights Turbo Jungle. Alright, so I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves, starting with Cora.
Oh, that's me. Sorry, I had to remember what my name was on this. Hi, I am one of the Kates in this game, and I go by me and Madera on the internet, and I will be playing Cora Farland, the Scoundrel.
Billy.
Hi, my name is Janine, and you can call me Devil Cat. I am playing Billy Wilt, and she's going to be the Beast.
And Tierney.
Hi, I'm Kate, the other Kate. You can find me at most places on the internet under Argon Kitten. I'll be playing Tierney Ash, the Nature Witch.
And I am Nerdy Teddy, and I'll be your Game Master, or as I'm now reading on the overlay, Game Master.
I mean, I can change that, but I just thought it was funny.
No, it is funny. I just didn't notice it until now, until I was staring at it. So first, we're going to start tonight out by going over some of the safety tools and stuff that we're going to be using. I'm not going to talk directly about, what's on the sheet and everything, but I just want to go over them. We'll be, of course, using the consent sheet, which I see is everybody has filled out. Everybody understood, what things we're referring to. There's no questions about them. Okay. Now, I did provide, because I know there's no way that the consent sheet can have everything on it, an additional lines and veil sheet. For those who've never used lines and veils, veils are just stuff that you're okay with as long as we don't describe how many legs the spider has and stuff. Lines are hard-nosed, stuff you would rather not see. I also, there's no way you can remember everything or know that something's going to come up that's going to mess you up. So of course you can also use the X card. And you can do that any way you want. Show me on screen. I have chats up. You can just let me know. Discord, whatever, just say X card. Or I also like script change, which is basically like a VCR, yeah. Pause, rewind, fast forward. Works really good. If you want to skip a scene, just say fast forward. We just move ahead. Pause, works for any number of things. If you need an early break or you got lost, it happens to me. I've run the games and I get lost sometimes and have to stop and ask people. So it happens. Pause is great for that, and so is rewind. You need to go back because you need clarification on a scene. Say rewind. Want to redo something? Say we need to redo that. Let's rewind. Works really good. Which kind of also rolls into another little rule that I have. I want to trust everybody, and I believe in all of you are good people. I know Kate. Kate's a good person, but can't plan for everything. And if there is a problem, somebody says a slur or something, I have a rule. We'll go right to break. We're gonna talk it out. If things need to change, they're gonna change there off screen. We're gonna get that done. You know, I'm not gonna name any names, but I had it happen once. It was and then there was a moment of shock. You know, X cards went up, but it was very awkward afterwards for a while, and you know the changes were made after the game. But I don't want that. I want, you know, and that anybody can call for that. You know, if you just say pause, I need a break, and then we can figure out what's wrong and what's going on, and hopefully move forward with a better game. And I am, you know, I'm gonna ask Cora. I keep calling you Kate because it's very easy to just call you Kate, but
Yeah.
you're.
I think so. I like it.
Because I've played with you the most, and I trust you the most. I'm gonna ask you. I usually also ask somebody in the group to be, quote unquote, my second. Right? Basically, I don't want anybody feel uncomfortable coming to me. But if you are, you can go to, you know, the second, and you can ask them, "Hey, can you bring this up with Nerdy?" And then it can be done anonymously, so you don't have to feel, you know, oh, are they going to be mad at me? Because I won't know who said it. And then hopefully, again, we can get things straightened up and make sure the game is fun for everybody. You okay with that, Cora?
Oh, yeah. I'm fine with that if everybody else is cool with it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Billy?
Okay.
Awesome. Make sure I think I covered everything. Of course, the big rule is that, you know, no matter what, my list of little rules and expectations I have for GMs, including myself, can always change. We can add, take stuff off, change them, so that we're hopefully always meeting the needs of the players and such. Does anybody have any questions about those safety tools and such? All right. Let's talk about your characters then. Who wants to go first? Who wants to talk about their character first?
I guess what would you like to know?
Well, I got a couple of things I got to pull up first, but I mean, no. So you're gonna be playing Tierney. What play? That was Nature Witch. Yes. Yes.
That is correct. Yep.
Okay. So I guess we're playing a space game. First off, is Tierney human? Is she from Earth?
Yes, Tierney is from Earth.
Okay. And let's see. Seeker. There's Scoundrel. Nature Witch. There we go. Zoom in so I can actually see. Because should have. Well, so what does Tierney look like? What's Tierney's aesthetic?
So Tierney is a little bit mousy, kind of modest clothes, the aesthetic of wise demeanor, has an elemental sword, kind of not bright blonde, kind of mousy. It's the word I'm going to keep coming back to. Mousy blonde hair, so kind of dirty blonde, pale blue eyes. And kind of like a short stubby nose.
Okay. And let's see. So one of your requirements for the Nature Witch is you have 4 trials. Did you choose your 4 trials yet?
No, I have not.
Okay. So should be a list on the character sheet.
Yes. Yeah, 4 trials. And I can just pick any of these.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna say fail at something that means the world to you. Befriend someone very different from you. Trust someone with your secrets only to be betrayed. And shock someone with an unwelcome truth.
Okay, interesting. I
Write
like
those down
those.
before I forget
Yes.
them.
Because I'll forget them too. So you'll want to have them because if I write them down, I'll lose it. But you'll want to remember them and maybe put them in the Discord chat so I can remember them too.
Will do.
Thank you. So when you complete a chosen trial, you mark it as completed, and then you get to choose one. You get to mark XP, clear a condition, or take a string on someone involved. So this is something you can do. These are things you can do with NPCs. You can do them with your fellow NPCs as well. Once you fill your 4 trials, you get to reflect on what you've learned about yourself as a character and pick 4 more trials.
Cool.
And let's see. And then, if you complete the entire list, choose the ones that meant the most to you, then evolve them into a new form of a life inspired by those experiences. Let's see here. And what 2 playbook moves did you choose?
I'm going to choose Awaken the Wild and the Magic of Love.
Okay. Nice. At those now. Those look like a lot of fun. All right. Are there any NPCs that you would like me to add to the game? Basically, is there close friends or anything? We'll talk more about this as we get into the building the world stuff, but if there's anybody close to your character that you really close to your character.
I would like for Tyranny to have a fairly close-knit family, but mostly with a lot of like really like stereotypical manly men brothers.
Okay.
I think that's really colored their perception of themselves growing up.
Okay. I love it. That's great. All right. Cora, how are you feeling? You ready?
I can be unless Billy, right, wants to go.
You can go first.
Okay. I'm doing the scoundrel.
All right. What is Cora's aesthetic like?
Cora's aesthetic is more of a playful demeanor, and is I want you to think like a toss between Liara from Mass Effect in like the alien type plus Isabella from Dragon Age in the body type. Just mash those two together, and that's what she looks like.
Okay. So I never played Mass Effect, so you're probably gonna yell at me for that. But how do you spell?
Liara. If you're gonna just Google it, yeah, have at.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But like the curviness of Isabella.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that. All right. So
Where's? Oh, go ahead.
do you have an idea of where Cora's from?
I hadn't really like put in a lot to it because I thought we'd talk about that together, but we can come up with something. We can come up with a name with it. But I was thinking a planet that was fairly family oriented, but like large family oriented, and that it wasn't so tied to like just like our concept of just couples. It was more like family units, and they all live together. And then so she grew up with a lot of siblings that were from her parents, and has multiple parents of all sorts of genders. And it's why, and you pick what you want to be. So it's she, they, and it depends on the day what they feel like. So yeah, kind
Okay.
of that kind of feel for a planet.
All right. Let's see. And there's some. You have living in the moment. So
Yeah.
there's some questions there for you. And it looks like we can talk about that off screen, but you'll be choosing something for your character to grow past, to give them an emotional story arc. We can talk about that as the game develops and stuff. We can work on that. But why are you so fickle?
I think that they've just never had to make a commitment. They've grown up and they've just always kind of loved people and loved them for the time that they had them, and just went, oh, this was fun, and moved on. I don't think they've ever fully been in love, and they just go with it. And so why tie yourself down to anything? They don't want a big family like they grew up in. They just want to adventure and fun. And so as long as it's fun, it's great. And then when it stops being fun, why would you stick around? That's when it's time to leave.
Okay. Is there something you need to figure out about yourself, and you keep looking for it in other people instead?
If so, she has no idea what that is.
Okay.
Probably.
Are you afraid of the vulnerability that comes from investing in a relationship?
Yes.
Easy one there. Is your true love unattainable?
I don't know if they've ever been in love, so probably not. If it's like that pining after one person, nah.
Okay. And the last question is just are you just that oblivious?
About themselves, yes, probably.
Okay.
They don't really know who they are, but sure, they think they do.
And what playbook moves did you...
I picked impressive swordplay because I have a famous sword that I think one of my mothers was a famous fighter, and I have her sword. And I took the one that you have to take, I feel like, in this role, one in every port.
Okay.
just because I thought it would be fun to have a lover in every port that could have ended badly or not. Who knows?
Okay. Am I forgetting anything? Did I forget to ask you anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. And let's see. Alright, Billy, you are the Beast playbook, correct?
Yes, I am.
Alright, so what's Billy's aesthetic?
So to me, really is more of, she's bubbly. She wears like these tattered overalls and stuff like that. She's a very, like, I'll say, kind of outgoing person. You know what I mean? I would say that she's a bit wild. She's on a bit wilder side. Everything else, but she's it's hard to describe her, but I guess I'm trying to project like myself into her. But she's bubbly. She has that, she's outgoing with everybody. Um, just stuff like that.
Okay. And is Billy from Earth? Is Billy human?
I actually wanted her to, be from somewhere else. I haven't really planned out what it will be called, but from a different planet, I think will fit her better.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Let's see. And your thing is feral. That's kind of your special ability. What's your transformation like?
So my transformation is going to be, so she already looks, inhuman. She's already within like some type of creature form, but it's more humanoid. As she transforms, she gets more bestial like. So it turns from something that's humanoid into something more monstrous, I can say. And it's like happens when when she's very very angry. I can say like it rarely happens, but when it does happen, it's something terrifying to the eye.
Okay. And what playbook moves did you choose?
Let me see. Is this under the? Let me see. I'm trying to find it again.
Yeah, it's on the second page of the character sheet.
Okay, so I was allowed to pick any of those ones with the boxes on there.
Yep, anyone you get transform, and then you get to choose two more.
Okay, so I'm going to get the big dyke energy, and then I'm also going to go with ferocious.
All right. Those. And again, those look interesting. They'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me switch gears here. Hold on, I gotta. There it is. So I'm going to talk about the setting that we are playing in a little bit. I need to find that.
Can I just comment that Big Dyke Energy is an awesome move?
It is.
It's so good.
Alright. So we are going to be playing one of the settings that comes with the book right now, which is called the Star-Crossed Galaxy. It's a pulp sci-fi space opera adventure. So you are so you are in a far-off galaxy, the Sword Lesbians of the Haven rocket, or of the Haven, which I believe is supposed to be, it's supposed to be like a collective that opposes the Void Empress and the Conquering Legion of the Void Empress. Seek out community on a galactic scale. So you're gonna spend most of your time hopping from planet to planet, helping random communities, and hopefully that will be fun. Should be. Um, my first question for you is, how do you want to start the game? Where do you want to be? I had some ideas, like we could start with you all having been captured by the Void Empress's Legion and start with you escaping. We could start you with like a disabled ship, kind of drifting through space, and go from there. We could start in the Haven Cooperative and have you launch off into space from there. But those are just some of the ideas. I want to hear where you want to start.
Um, I actually don't really mind where we start. I kind of like the idea of us being captured first, because like we start off like on a really high energy type scene. So I think that'll be pretty interesting to start off on.
I like that.
I like the idea of something high energy.
Okay. So, and I know I asked about like types of aliens and stuff, and we'll talk more on that in a bit. But is there any types of like planets that you would like to see as we play through?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was saying like I really like a good physical challenge on my character. So like something that's if it's possible, like a planet that's really hard to come by physically or mentally, like for example, a planet that's made primarily out of water. We have to physically exert ourselves. I like a good challenge when it comes to something that we're not used to. That, for example, on Earth.
Okay. And you were gonna.
I like mystical stuff. So any planet that's gonna mess with us, in some kind of mystical sense, I think would be really interesting.
Okay.
So just like the physical, I think planets that mess with you by shifting landscapes, or there's some kind of thing in the atmosphere that messes with your brain, or any of that. Rifts like.
Yeah. Okay. I can think of some ideas there. Junie, do you have any ideas? Any suggestions?
Along the similar vein of thinking, I would say anything that takes what any of our characters are used to and puts it on its side, sort of. So, something that maybe looks like Earth, but everything works in a slightly different way than we would expect. So nothing really operates the way we're thinking. Nothing we do really works out the way it should. A different kind of mental challenge, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. I like all those ideas. Now, I remember that beings with thought of like a corporeal form were talked about, like a gaseous form or something, were talked about in the chat. And now that maybe you've had some time to think about it, is there any other types of aliens that you'd like to see?
I like the idea of non-pretty aliens that are like the sweetest beans ever.
Okay.
Because I feel like ugly aliens are always like mean, and I don't want mean ugly aliens. Not ugly, but like to us, our aesthetics beautiful.
Okay.
ones are always like the bad guys or the mean ones. I just want them to be like my best friend.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
Or possible lover. That's also an option. But you know.
Um, does anybody else have any ideas?
I'm not really sure as of now, but I'll definitely tell you if I think of anything else.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything specifically that anybody doesn't want? You know. Okay.
I'm pretty flexible, like with any types of aliens, so I really don't mind. I don't have like a preference on what happens.
All right. Um. Here's a good question. Is there anybody else on the spaceship with the three of you? Or is it just your spaceship? Do you have a crew?
I don't know. Are we elite fighting squad? Because then it'd be like small ship that we can get in and get out quickly, right? Or are we...
Yeah, I think if we're trying to gather more people for, a galactic co-op, we would probably be more of a squad.
I like that.
All right. Yeah, and I guess again, are there any NPCs, any world building things that you want to add to?
Am I able to request an NPC, like a mom NPC for my character?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah. If you want parents and stuff, I will definitely have them call your characters and stuff. I love doing that. I will have your characters do that kind of stuff. I've had characters off on dates while the rest of the characters battle giant robots on the other side of town and stuff. So all kinds of that stuff is great. So I'm gonna want to know about parents and stuff if you want your character to have them. So
I would like a best friend.
a best friend. All right.
Yeah, that I haven't had anything with at all.
Okay. Are they on the ship with you?
That would be cool. I would like that, but they don't have to be.
Okay. Yeah, we can put them on the ship with you. Do you have a name for your ship?
Kevin says we should have an AI ship butler.
I mean, we can do that if you want an AI ship butler.
Like we just need to add that as a. If Kevin says it, it needs to happen. It's just my whole goal in life is that if Kevin says it, it happens.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. It has a tag with it. Mostly useless AI.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Okay. I mean, I can definitely.
Are we naming the mostly useless AI ship butler Kevin? We could do that.
Well, I feel like since it's Kevin's idea. Sorry, Kevin, but you just set yourself up. I'm sorry if I'm not making
KVN. Perfect. Yes, I love it. It's beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever
Awesome.
seen.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah. All
Dun,
right.
dun, dun, dun.
It was
Uh,
50-50. It was either going to go really well or really poorly.
Oh, it's by Sonic. He's super chill about that stuff.
I, there. Once upon a time, we had a Pokemon game. Some of us did back
Oh my god,
a long
right?
time ago, and Kevin ended up being one of the NPCs he was supposed to be a paladin. He was definitely the good guy. We were not, and
Yeah.
we spent I don't know like 4 or 5 episodes making the whole world believe that he was the bad guy.
That guy.
So,
uh,
hey, Monk.
trying to think of what I would want to call my best friend. If you could think of a ship, what kind of ship are we?
Yeah, that's up to you. That's up to you.
I think we're a party ship, but the three of us are trying really hard to get things done.
Okay, Billy, are you trying really hard to get things done?
I would say I'm probably sleeping around at most, but I'd like the minimal. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so really, we're a party ship, and Tierney's really trying hard to get things done,
Tierney is oblivious and trying really hard to get things
and
done.
and the other two of us are like, mm-hmm, that's what's going on.
Sounds about right. Tierney came to space to do things.
So did Cora. Well, Cora
Things,
came
not
to space
people.
to do people.
Yeah.
And look cool.
Tierney doesn't understand that.
All right.
I love it.
I have a bad habit of mostly playing myself most of the time.
I also do, but this is not me. I am the most demisexual of demisexuals there is. So this is not me.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has a type of character usually, and it's hard to break away from that. Trying to think. I know there's probably some really good world building questions that probably just aren't coming to my mind. Does anybody have any offerings?
I have a question
Okay.
to ask. Okay, so this is a space opera, right?
Yeah.
Is it a serious space opera or is it a punny space opera?
I mean, we'll go for punny.
Okay,
It's gonna
so
be.
when we name things, are we naming them very tongue in cheek? Or are we naming them seriously? Because I think it makes a difference.
I mean, probably a mixture. Mostly because if I'm naming it, I'm gonna forget to make it a pun sometimes. So, but go for it. Like, it does not have to be a completely serious game. It's it's largely meant to be very pulp, which I know Once Upon a Time was taking a little more serious than we do now, but a lot of times when I think of it, I think of somewhat cool and actiony, but also funny antics. Of the mummy shooting at a sandstorm in the Mummy and stuff like that, where it's a very cool and semi-serious movie, but then you have somebody shooting at a sandstorm, and that's that's about what you can expect. And also you can expect all the things that oh, you're welcome, Monk. I forgot that yesterday when they were playing, I forgot that I came in and just gifted a bunch of subs to people. But you're welcome for that, Monk. And you can expect the things that I normally put in the game for anybody who's ever watched me play. So expect, Nightmare Stallion energy drinks. Yes. Expect Nuggle Burger.
I mean, 'cause there's a lot of things we could call the ship if we wanted to just, really have some fun with this. But like, I don't know how bad you want to go. Because we could just call it the courtship. This is what I'm saying. This is why I'm asking how bad you want to go.
I'm here for
down this road with me.
How do you feel about that, Billy?
I feel like it should be the worst one. Like I'm all for like really bad names, so like I think we should go for the worst one we can possibly think.
Okay, the question is, do we want the worst pun or do we want the dirtiest name?
I like puns. I'm not sure about
Okay.
y'all.
The Love Boat.
There's also the Pleasure Craft. That's also a good one. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm trying to think of one. I'm thinking.
I'm very bad at puns, so I probably will not think of anything. So it's
okay. Those are two that I came up with.
I'm just gonna warn you now. There's a cat on the ship because my cat will not shut up. I apologize.
Of course there is.
She doesn't have a bell.
This is Thirsty Sword Lesbians. There has to be a cat.
I mean, your cat's awfully quiet. Every time my Sonic's cat Gambit always is in the background so screaming, always screaming. Adorable.
It's his hand.
Oh, kitten!
She sleeps in my dice tray. It's a cat tray.
Oh, I mean, if we really wanted to go for it, we could just call ourselves the Astroglide.
That's very good.
What else can I think of? I'm not the best at this. This is not usually my wheelhouse. I usually have other people who do this with me, but like.
Yeah, I mean, those are all really good, and I mean, you have a week.
Oh, that's fair.
You have a week. It doesn't. It's not super urgent. I just
It's true.
wanted to kind of get a.
I could easily tap a whole plethora of gutter-minded friends, and they could handle this in an afternoon.
Yeah, because I mean, like, my favorite of the three so far is the Astroglide because it's so bad, it's great, right?
That is very good.
Yeah.
So we'll tentatively.
But if you come up with something better, please.
tentatively put down Astroglide, and then if you come up with something better for next week, we'll change it to that. Let's see. Yeah, Oh, and for Kevin's question in the chat here, TNG to Orville, I think I'd kind of almost expect more like Futurama with more lesbians.
Oh yeah, then we can be dirty.
Yes.
Yeah, I mark the channel mature just in case, because you never know when things are gonna come, where things are gonna go. So.
Oh, that was good though. That's so much better. That's so much better, DC. Yes, that's what we're calling it.
It's very
Just
good.
like that.
Very good.
In the chat as Troglide.
Yeah,
Done.
I'm putting it in our chat. It'll probably censor it somewhat. Oh, maybe not. But there you go, everybody. So you can all see it too. That there always comes a point with session zeros where I don't know what to ask anymore. And I feel like there's probably more that I should be asking. So, is there any, do you have any rules questions for me? Anything of that nature?
I don't have anything. I'm sorry.
That's more than fine. I just want to, of course, we have a chat. If you have, if anything comes up, you can always ask there too. All of that stuff.
Right. Wasn't there like a whole thing about like we were supposed to like there were like questions about each other?
Oh yeah. We've got
Oh, thanks for reminding me.
under the relationship questions. That's right.
That.
See, I always forget.
Oh yeah,
It's almost guaranteed. It's almost guaranteed that I'm going to forget something. So, that's the other thing. Don't be afraid to remind me of things. If I'm, not doing something or I'm forgetting a rule, don't be afraid to just be like, hey, I think we're supposed to be doing this. And I'll be like, oh, shit. Because I forget things all the time. So, just remind me. Let's see. Relationships questions. All right. Let's see. Got. All right. So, Billy, for the Beast.
Yeah.
Who here do you think most reminds you of a beast? And, feel free to ask questions of the character so you can figure it out if you need to.
Honestly think Cora might be. That's I think like, personality wise, I think they may be more similar than everything else. I'm not sure where else exactly to go with it. I'm sorry. I don't know.
No, that's fair.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's more than good enough.
What are we supposed to do with these? I don't have the book in front of me. I only have the play sheet, so
Yeah, it's just on the it should be in the chat. It's on the in the should be pinned in the chat as
okay.
that's part of the basic worksheet stuff. There's a
Because I'm on the basic
relationship.
worksheet, and I wasn't finding that. Okay. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
hey.
yeah. You scroll down and it's like the third page or something. Yeah. So Billy, well, hold on. Am I?
Oh, here it is.
Okay. Yeah. And who reminds you of Prey?
Am I allowed to say neither, or do I have to choose one person?
You can say neither.
I can say neither because I don't think both of them. I don't think either of them will like represent Prey to me or remind me of Prey.
Okay. And who's seen you at your most bestial?
I'll say Tyranny has.
Okay. I guess that kind of leads into a good question or something we can explore later. But Tierney, how did seeing Billy at their most bestial make you feel?
Kind of awestruck, because as a nature witch, I'm very in tune to the earth and more animals and feral creatures. So I was very like taken aback, but very impressed at the same time.
All right. And let's see. Just gonna go down the list here. Tierney, who sees your potential?
I want to say Billy.
Okay.
I
And
think probably how I reacted to seeing them at their most bestial
okay.
kind of gave them an idea that I could hold my own.
And who thinks you're perfect the way you are?
Cora thinks that I'm just cute as a button and don't need to change.
It's true.
And who thought they took you on a date when you thought it was just a fun, friendly time?
Also gonna say Cora, and that was when Cora figured out that I'm cute as a button and don't need to change. Cora figured it out when I asked them to take me to like whatever the galaxy's equivalent of a Pixar movie was.
And Cora was like, "Oh, yeah, sure, great."
Let's see, and scoundrel Cora, who were you smitten with until recently?
I feel like that just works along with Tierney's question, so I'm gonna go with Tierney. That just makes the most sense to me. That Cora was smitten with Tierney and then was like, nah, baby must protect baby.
And I'll let you say an NPC for this next question, just because since we only have 3 characters, but it's up to you. Who replaced them in your desire?
I'm gonna say the captain of the ship. Whoever you make them to be. Enjoy. Have fun.
Okay. I'll
Yep. Whoever you make them to be.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out. And who has almost as much flair as you?
Oh, Billy has almost as much flair as me. Almost. They're really cool and awesome and super bubbly, and they're almost as cool as me. Almost.
Yeah.
And everybody's okay with those relationships?
Mhm.
Okay, so we have to give strings
Yes.
depending on how much emotional sway we have with each other, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I think each of you is going to have one string on me. That makes the most sense to me.
Okay.
Going back up the list. Oh, sorry. You're breaking up a little bit.
Oh no.
Hmm. Were you saying something there, Billy?
Oh no, I was just. Oh no, I was just trying to figure out my sheet real quick. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were saying something and you were breaking up. That's okay.
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Tierney, what are you thinking about these strings?
I think I'm also gonna give one to each of you. Because I think right now I hold everybody in the same kind of regard, which is like everybody gets real big eyes.
Mm.
Okay. And Billy.
I'll also want to give one each.
Seems about right.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Hold on, let me look at something. Oh, I gotta remember to send you that. There are some custom moves for this specific game that I almost forgot about. I will take a screenshot of those and put them in the chat.
No,
Don't let
awesome.
me forget.
Cool.
But there's some fun things like crossing vast distances and stuff in there. So
Oh, cool.
I okay. Now looks like since I have the right screen open, I'm looking at the reference scene. There are a couple. There is one thing. we can do. No, we can, and it's up to you. We can do it later. You're in the chat, or if you all want, we can do it on stream. There, we can do the toxic power stuff. Which basically just, we could talk about the Void Empress and maybe somebody else who opposes her.
Toxic power. Ooh.
I'm perfectly happy to do it now if everybody else
Yeah.
is.
I got time.
Okay. Yeah. So the first question on that is, do they threaten your community from within or from outside?
And we're talking about the Void Queen, right? Or the person that works for the Void Queen.
Well, we're talking about the Void Empress. I keep
Okay.
calling it
Oh,
the
Void
Void
Empress.
Queen too. Joe.
Yes, sorry, Void Empress.
Yes, the Void Empress. Yeah.
It sounds like outside the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, since Haven is our community, I would assume that would be outside.
I just tried to spell Empress with a B.
Well, you know.
You know, Empress.
It happens.
It's all right. I thought you were spelling it Bempress, so don't worry about it.
That's even better.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
Now they are a conquering force, but what do they want? Do they want domination, order, conformity?
What do you think, DC?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm okay with what you guys, want, but like I feel like if they're, starting something from outside the community, I feel like it should be something unusual that they want. 'Cause I think that would be like a bit, more creative to like the situation at hand. So how some people will want domination. I feel like they probably put something in to where it's a very unusual goal they're trying to achieve.
That could
I'm
be
not sure
fun.
which one though, but I just feel like we should do something really unusual with what they want.
Yeah.
Are you thinking unusual as in like Spy Kids, the movie where what's the guy's name is trying to turn everybody into some people? Or are you thinking like I'm just asking.
No, yeah, I get what you mean.
Like a specific object or
I mean, some people sound cool. I mean, if you put some people, but yeah, like if the
They should
Empress
just put-
wants to turn into some people, yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Don't mind my pop culture media references of Spy Kids. Some people.
I was like, oh boy, it's been a long time since I've heard Spy Kids. Where is this going? Are we talking 2, 1?
3D.
I'm not wrong about the thumb people, right? I am
No,
remembering this
it was
correctly. It's been a
Thumb
while.
People. It was
Okay.
I never saw Spy Kids. So
I know because Alan Cumming's in it, and I loves him, but yeah.
I mean, I've not maybe vividly anymore. It's been a long time, but I do remember Spy Kids. 2 is the
Okay,
best.
now I gotta find a picture of the thumb people.
Yeah, no, the Thumb People
Oh no,
for
the
a kids
finger-
movie
rubber
were
hands. They're called thumbs.
yeah, thumbs. That's there you go. You know, for a kids movie, they were kind of
They were
terrifying.
terrifying. They were terrifying.
So what was the guy with the distorted Picasso-like face?
Oh
Now
yeah,
that I'm
that was,
remembering.
I don't know if I can put links in chat. Can I put links in chat? No, nope. That's
Oh,
a really long link. Nope, that's a bad link.
you know, if you put it in the Discord, I can probably post it.
Okay. There you go. Right? Like you can't forget that if you see it. It's just like something that never leaves you in your brain. And this is like always there.
This is a fitting, horrifying thing that our Void Empress wants. I like it.
Turn everybody into them, into her minions that look like that. I mean, it's a great thing for us to try to stop. It is conformity.
It is. It is a
it's
type
brand
of conformity.
I'm so sorry you have to play a game with me, y'all. I don't.
No, this is great.
Already did, but
Yeah, and you let me hit everybody with a chair in that game, unless I'm forgetting another game, which is entirely possible. But
no, you are allowed to hit people with chairs in my game whenever you want. Respect the chair.
yes, exactly.
We still talk about it to this day.
Good.
We have a no, it happens in PWN. There's a rolling cart of chairs that just goes around that has respect the chair on it. Still.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Now my notes say Void Empress Thumb People.
Why are they so dangerous? How do they accomplish this? Do they have magic? Are they just an evil genius?
They have a lot of thumb people.
They're just
They're terrifying. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I think someone else should come up with an idea for this because then I'll go full Spy Kids and I don't know. Billy, you come up with something.
Wait, what was the question again?
what makes them dangerous? Or why are they so dangerous?
That's a good question. Giant thumbs just Are they good at thumb wrestling? Are they good?
I think she's asking about the Void Empress. Probably are.
Oh, bless. So good.
I need a bit more time to think about that. I don't know.
That's fine. That's fine. Um, what everybody thinks about with that. The other question is what's appealing about them.
Mm, I'm trying to think. I'm not really good at thinking off the top of my head.
I just steal things from pop culture. I'm not good at it. Just don't let me be in charge of this.
I
'Cause I will
forgot
just make
about his name.
I'll make the Void Empress floop, and it'll just be Spy Kids the movie, and you don't want that. You don't want that.
I might if it was Spy Kids 2 we were talking about.
Okay, Spy Kids 2 is pretty good. I'm not
It,
gonna
it
lie.
is. It is. Little dinosaur creatures running around.
No, it's so good.
I think they're appealing because they have the resources to like make a community like oh if only I had the words like vibrant and flourish mm. So like if it were a farm it would be like it would grow well and
Yeah. I think I
Oh,
understand what
like
you're.
her home planet is like really well taken care of, and is that
yeah
what you're thinking?
yeah
Mhm.
she could
It's
like impart that onto wherever it is that she goes. Um, it's just that in order to give that, she takes away and makes you weird thumb people.
yeah. Yeah. I mean it's kind of like almost every suburban horror movie where everything on the surface looks nice and beautiful and good, but there's
Stepford thumbs.
Yeah, I was literally thinking Stepford Wives, but you become those.
yeah. So I guess it's appealing because at a certain rate, everybody wants safety and certainty. You know, it's kind of actually a hot button issue now. People want to have their housing and their food and the things that we need to keep surviving, and the Void Empress definitely has the reason. Yeah, there you go.
Whatever that is on whoever's planet.
Okay.
Wait, so quick question. So if the Empress is offering these people, security in return of being turned into thumb people, is the thumb people being controlled? Like are they like
Oh
at
yeah.
this point the hive? Or the hive mind?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think yes. And I don't think that they know the bargain is being turned into hive controlled thumb people.
So, then I think we kind of answered the why are they so dangerous question for ourselves. Clever manipulation might be the thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I feel like I don't know why, but this just reminds me of like this businesswoman who's just going around town like, yeah, you want some food on the house? I got them right here, only for a small price of your life, and turn you to a thumb person.
But I don't tell you that part.
Oh yeah, true.
That there are definitely going to be like non thumb people like cult leaders that are all around the universe, spreading the word of the prosperity of the Void Empress, and then
Oh my god, there are. This is also very real and terrifying and amazing at the same time. How did we do this? But thumbs.
yes, but thumbs. Everything's thumbs.
Two
Oh
thumbs.
no, are are her are her like spaceships thumb shaped?
No, because that would be too obvious, right?
Would it be too obvious?
You can't
Okay.
have it be too obvious. They look like hands.
Yeah.
They just look like.
Well, that's perfect.
But if you ask her, she gets really insulted and says they look like gloves.
Yeah, excuse me. A lady never goes out with her hands uncovered.
Um. So, so for the second toxic power, who do you think they are?
Is this the adversary to the Void Empress?
Yeah, kind of this adversary to the Void Empress, but also, just because they are quote unquote on the good side, opposing they're not necessarily good themselves. So who are they? How do they threaten your community? All the questions we kind of just went through. And if you want, that can be homework.
Space Bernie Sanders. Like, I need a better name, but like that concept.
Okay.
Can't say Sanders around me because then I literally think of the fact that they literally just made a Colonel Sanders romance movie.
Yes, that's true.
Why? Didn't they
I
make a
can't.
dating sim?
Do you know who it starred? Do you know who it starred?
No.
I do.
Would you
You
like
know what?
to enlighten Nerdy on who the star of the movie was?
Because now my brain is gonna fail me and I'm gonna say the wrong star.
Oh, hold on. No, I'm looking
Google,
this
Google
up.
Nerdy.
I just can't believe they did this.
Is this like a real movie?
Yep.
Yes, they put it on Lifetime. I'm not
Yep.
kidding.
It happened.
It's so bad. Jarvis Johnson did a whole video on it, so I didn't have to watch it. Bless Jarvis Johnson, one of my favorite YouTubers.
Oh no. I'm looking at the title of the
It
movie.
happened.
Oh, you should share with the group the title of the movie because I don't remember it off the top of my head.
A Recipe for Seduction. It is technically a short, but I feel like it's probably too long.
It's still
It's-
longer than it needs to be.
Not.
Oh,
It's Mario Lopez, isn't it?
yeah, Mario Lopez. Oh
From
boy.
Saved by the Bell. Plays the Colonel Sanders, and his special chicken. This is on the heels of their very successful dating sim,
Yeah, see,
where you can romance the Colonel. Why?
I remember that being a thing too.
I know it's because we're talking about it. But y'all.
I mean, you have to give them credit for being brave with their marketing, I suppose.
It works for them, obviously, but dudes.
Yeah.
They've been really leaning into the weird commercials, the weird everything apparently, so why not a romance movie? Yeah, is that it? Is that Is the adversary to the Void Queen just
Colonel Sanders.
Just a
just
Colonel.
Colonel Sanders and his chicken empire?
Because literally, like you said, Bernie Sanders, and all I could think of was Colonel Sanders.
See, I was thinking like Bernie because like like what's the opposite of an empire is just like
Pray for everything.
free everything like communism. Blah, blah, blah. But I feel like we've gone in a better direction, and I like it.
But Kevin, don't you like the double down? Isn't it your favorite sandwich ever? It's chicken. 2 pieces of chicken on side of bacon sandwich. I can't.
Just,
What if we took a McRib and made it a double down McRib? I think I just came up with $1 million idea.
So what if it's a merger of the top fast food companies
so
in the galaxy,
just
and
a
that is
big-
what's fighting the Void Empress? Yeah, instead
Okay.
of like cardboard.
I mean, that that's a good idea. I can do that. I can
Yes.
make that happen. But it's do you want it to be like the weird fast food restaurants that I've come up with that I use for every game,
sure,
like
why not?
Knuckle
Yeah,
Burger,
do the thing.
Taco
the
Hut,
thing.
Polyhedron Pizza, the whole shebang. I had a list at one point, but I've
Yes.
got a few. Okay,
Get into it.
why are, how are they a threat to the community from within or from outside?
They don't care about people's health. They're
So-
all about consumerism.
Okay.
I mean, I would have said you could make them Chick-fil-A, but I feel like that we don't want to give them any more
So
credit.
They don't
for
need
it.
your time. No.
the so far the villains of our story are aggressive conformity and capitalism. So
I mean, it is a gay story. What do you expect? Let's
you know,
be real.
I was gonna say it kind of feels on brand. Yeah. Okay. Why are they dangerous? I think I'm gonna recommend social standing because they're fast food restaurants with vast marketing and and I think that what's appealing about them is the thing that get us all to eat fast food now. Easy, usually less
Convenient.
expensive, convenient, all that stuff.
We could have them so okay, this is so stupid, but I just saw the chum bucket and SpongeBob, and I was like, maybe with this person, we were like, dang, this chicken is so finger looking good. It makes people come back, and they can't stop coming back, and they're just rising to the top of like the world and stuff like that, because they're like, yeah, you like our chicken, don't ya? And people just can't stop eating it.
It's
Okay.
addictive.
It's hypnotic.
Yes. The secret formula is in there.
Okay.
I love it.
I
love it so
I don't know SpongeBob as well, but I do have an unfortunate knowledge of just about every season of Supernatural, and there are the sandwiches and the corn syrup additive that is very hypnotic in season 7 or something. I don't remember the actual season, but it kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
I also thought of a very weird horror movie called The Stuff, which is
You said
also
horror. That is not what I heard, but okay.
Yeah,
I have seen this.
it's very weird. I've never
Weird.
actually seen it myself, but I've listened to a lot of podcasts
weird.
at work, and I know all about how weird that movie is. But I thought about that as well. So, oh, Buffy double meat episode. Oh no. Look, Kevin, I'll do crossover episodes. Don't tempt me. I've done it before. I'll do it again.
Are we crossing over with riffs? Oh no. Oh no.
Well, and I mean, you made me think of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer game that I ran, where Nightmare Stallion originally popped up, but I'll do crossovers. Like I said, I've done it before. I'll do it again. Oh, I got sidetracked. Define at least one location that is associated with each toxic power, and why would it be a dramatic place to have a sword fight?
Feel like for the Void Empress, there's a place where people are taken to turn into the thumb people. Is it the thumb factory? Is it the processing plant? I don't know. But whatever it is, I feel like that would be a really cool place to have a dramatic showdown.
Okay. I guess for the other for our corporate conglomerate, I'm almost imagining just a space station that is just a giant office building in space.
Mm-hmm.
How do these how do they relate to each other? Like, do they secretly help each other, or, you know, is it just that their agendas are kind of similar but opposing?
I think they're opposing because, correct me if I'm wrong, but the thumb people don't really have mouths, right?
Oh, that's a good point.
What if? Oh no, do you not want to hear this?
Go for it.
What if the CEO of the what is it? Oh, of the fast food corporation is the twin of the Void Empress. But they hate each other.
So
What if?
So it's just secretly intergalactic family drama.
Yeah. What
Okay.
if? And that's why the Void Empress chose thumb people, because they don't need to eat. Because they're all thumbs.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I like it. I'm going to leave everybody with homework to do in the chat, where I just will create an NPC as the face of each toxic power, you know, for our corporate conglomerate, who's going to be on who's going to be on the billboards and stuff.
Ooh.
You know, who's our Colonel Sanders kind of thing, and you know, who acts for the Void Empress. And I'll give that to you as homework. We'll work on that in the chat as before next week?
Oops, my timer. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Okay, so is there anything else now that we've actually we started building on some stuff? Is there any questions or anything? Or are you okay for ending for tonight?
I mean, if y'all want to keep talking about more stuff, I'm fine with it.
I'm not sure I have any more questions for you. I certainly have some very weird inspiration now, but I don't know if I have any more questions for everybody.
And he's like, I don't know what other question to ask, and now I gotta go work. Right?
Yeah. So I just want to make sure that nobody has any questions of their own or anything. All right.
I think we're good.
Okay. So I'm gonna have everybody sign off while I find us somebody to raid. Starting with Cora. Where can everybody find you?
Hi everybody, I am Kate. I go by Mia Midir on the internet, specifically most often Twitter. I stream most often over at twitch.tv/allnerds here. We are on hiatus right now, but we'll be starting back again this coming February with our season 3. We're really excited. Get ready for our Sunday all puppet and one person game and our Wednesday night telenovela in space game. And coming back once a month will be PWN, the Professional Progressive Wrestling Network. Come check it out. We'll be playing 2nd edition Worldwide Wrestling, and we're super excited for that. So that's coming in February. And then every other Tuesday and every other Monday, I stream over at twitch.tv/snowbattygames. We'll be starting our quest game called The Agency on the 25th, and the 26th is the Star Trek game where I play Captain Luke Moreno. That's me.
Okay, and just for my self, does that mean you're gonna be starting indies again soon?
Yeah, I'm gonna be starting the indies again soon too. We will all be. We also, because we're doing PWN once a month, we'll be having guests as common appearances. And yes, you are on the list of people to come back.
Awesome. All right, and Tierney.
Hi. I'm Kate. You can find me on Twitter and most other places, but I don't know what you would bother finding me on. At Argon Kitten. You can find me at my podcast, Christmastide Ohio, at Christmastide OH. We release every other week. We are a Kids on Bikes podcast. If you ever want to listen to a bunch of grown adults act like 6 and 7-year-olds, mostly we talk about ponies and then solve mysteries. It's pretty great. We just started season 2. First episode of that dropped on Christmas Day. That's the season that I started GMing, so it's a great adventure listening to me figure out how to GM. It's super fun. I know that sounded really sarcastic and bad, but I promise it's a really good time. I love it.
It's I've listened to some of it. I've listened to some of it. I'm behind, I'm realizing, but I have listened to some of it.
Oh, I hope you like it.
It is good. It is very good. Very fun.
Thank
so
you. So yeah, you can always find us, always reach out. And yeah, I don't have nearly as many things to plug.
Okay. And Billy.
Sorry if you're my mom in the background, but yeah, my name's Janine. You can call me Double Cat. I don't really stream, but I am an artist, so you can check me out on Twitter at Double Cat. It's spelled like D3V1L, then cat. But yeah, I just, I regularly post on my Twitter. You can hit me up on there. Commissions open, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Your art is lit. I checked you out.
Oh, thank you.
All right, and I am Nerdy Teddy. These days I'm mostly just on Nerds with Dice. Right now it'll be Tuesdays, where I play Peppermint in the Rift game. Rifts game. There's many Rifts. And then I'll be running this, and I'll be running Millennium Knights Turbo Jungle on Fridays. Otherwise, you can find me on Twitter at NerdyTeddy. And I do have a little itch shop where I have a few games. You can check out the little module I made called the Tax Sisters for Visigoths vs. Malgoths. It's a fun little thing. There are wannabe vampire punks. And they can be added to your game. There is a horror game on there. There's a couple horror games on there. One's 12 Hours Till Dawn, and then the other is It's for a Podcast, which is a game about podcast journalists investigating horror-related mysteries. And then there is Malt Shop Adventures, which is based on similar system to the 12 Hours Until Dawn game that I wrote, but it's just a quirky 50s malt shop adventure in the same vein as things like Grease and American Graffiti, blanking on others, but kind of get the idea there. Couple of them are free, and enjoy those. They'll, if I get my things together, there'll be more games there. I've been working on a vampire game for months now, and I have more coming for It's for a Podcast. So yeah, we have 4 other games now on the channel, so hope you come check them out. Tuesday nights at 8 p.m., Wednesday 1 p.m., and then Thursday and Friday at 8 p.m. as well. So, see there, oh no, it is a Bolt game. It is a hack of Bolt, a new system by Ajay Pandey, who is awesome. And it's called Deadly Beautiful. It's very much supposed to be a paranormal romance-esque urban fantasy game. So, and we are going to raid Raven. Looks like they're over there playing D&D. So, have fun with that, and we will see you hopefully next week. Bye.
Bye.
I've been on my spaceship counting stars since '94, waiting for someone to come and knock on my door, looking for someone who'd be the Venus to my Mars. Why does love always have to be this hard? Got me feeling